Hi, welcome to a practice. Today we're going to be doing a heart opener sequence. A lot of back bending will be going on. So if you have lower back problems, this video is probably not for you. But we could take it slow, and you can just ease into the practice as we go. Today we're going to actually start lying down, entering into fish pose. And we're going to work with the breath technique from there. If you want to just stay lying down, potentially just do butterfly legs and work the breath exercise in that position, feel free to do so. Alright, let us begin. So if you're coming into fish with me, we're going to take our palms, they're going to go down upon the mat, and we're going to sit on top of the hands. Elbows are going to come down behind us, head's going to arch up and back. You can gently press the crown of the head on the mat, pressing the hips into the hands. Feet are stretching long. Chest is broadening, shoulders are wide. So we find ourselves here, we're going to then begin to deepen the breath. What's going on here? Alright, check. Okay, if you're going to come down to fish with me, we're going to take our palms, we're going to plant it behind our glutes. The glutes are going to go on top of the hands. Going to stretch the legs long. We're going to begin to drop the elbows down. Head's going to follow. Crown of the head's going to touch the mat. And we're going to open the chest wide to the sky. We're going to stretch the toes straight out in front of us. We're going to press into those elbows, lifting our chest a little higher. Crown of the head's down upon the mat. If you find yourself here, move around into a comfortable place. And as you do that, we're going to begin to deepen the breath. Expanding the lungs, and as we do, maybe activate the elbows a little bit, pressing into the mat a little bit more, keeping the chest nice and wide. We'll be here for a little bit, so find a comfortable place, adding a little strength but not too much. Somewhere where you could sit for a little while as we do a breath exercise from here. The breath technique we'll work into is a box breathing. We'll go for 4 seconds, so it's a 4-second inhale, 4 hold, 4 exhale, 4 hold, and then we repeat. So let's inhale together. Exhale for 4. 3, 4, hold. 3, 4, inhale. 3, 4, hold. 3, 4, exhale. 3, 4, Hold. 3, 4. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Breathing through the nose. Hold. Inhale. Restricting the breath on the inhales and exhales, so it's a slow movement. Hold. Exhale. Press into the elbows, maybe reach the chest a little higher. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Coming to the end. Inhale. Hold. Now we're going to exhale for 8 seconds. Really slowly. Exhale. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold for 2, 1, 2. Inhale deeply. And then retain the breath for a moment at the top. Coming back to normal breathing. Let's release the hands, lower the back down upon the mat. If you did butterfly legs, you could stretch the legs out long. Let's reach the arms out into a T. Really stretch the fingers out wide. Bring the knees up. Feet coming close to the glutes. Window wipe the knees side to side. Just a gentle twist. Rocking the knees to one side and then the other. Awesome. Let's bring the knees in, hug them close to the chest, curl the head up. We're now going to begin to rock slowly forward and back. You may do this a few times before coming up to a seat, really massaging the spine. If you want to work into those hamstrings, feel free to allow the feet to go up and over. Just be careful of that neck as you do so. Just a few more gentle rocks. We'll be coming into a tabletop position. From here, knees are underneath the hips, hands are underneath the shoulders. Let's do a few cat-cows, just warming up the spine. Dropping the belly button, press into the palms, reach the chest high. Curl the hips, roll through the spine, press into the palms. Just go back and forth, couple cat-cows. Maybe rocking forward and back, warming up those wrists as we do this. Begin to create maybe circles with the torso. Hips and head follow in clock. Work direction. Then reversing that circle. Let's do a quick wrist warm up. Hands are planted upon the mat. We're going to lift the palm up with the thumbs. Fingers are upon the mat, remaining as well as the knuckle pads. Palms drop, thumbs stay lifted, press into the fingers. Then lower the palms, press the palms up, and then lower. We're going to just do that a few more times, begin to create a little more heat in the forearms. You can go as fast or slow as you like, all depending on how those wrists are feeling. Awesome. Let's begin to slow that down. Point the fingertips to face the back of the mat. And then let's sit back slightly, stretching through those forearms. That probably feels pretty good on those forearms there. Just releasing that tension that we just built up. Awesome. We'll sit upon the heels, shake out the wrists. We're going to come into a sunbird from here, so we will be using these wrists a little bit more. So if you really just feel like you need to shake them out, yeah, just take your time. Allow yourself to be here and really just be gracious and honest with how your arms are feeling. All right, let's come into a tabletop whenever you're ready. Left leg is going to go back. Lift that left leg up off the mat. Right arm is shooting forward. We're reaching long. From here, we're going to bend that left heel in. We're going to take the right hand, reach back, grab onto that left foot. Centering our hips, centering our focus and alignment through the body. We're then going to kick that left foot back, pulling the right arm with it, broadening our upper body and exposing our heart. Lifting the head a little bit up, pressing strong into that left palm. Just holding for a few more cycles of breath. Really increase that back bend. Allow yourself to feel the tension through the spine. Hopefully through this practice we'll work into that tension and begin to release a lot of it, allowing ourselves to open up into deeper back bends. When we release the foot, let's stretch our arm forward. Left leg goes back. It's not springing to the mat, but we are controlling it out into sunbird. Let's drop the knee, drop the right hand. Let's come back for a child's pose really quick, just to be gracious to ourselves. Reach those hands out long. And let's come back up, tabletop. We're switching to the other side. Right leg goes back. Lift the right toes up off the mat, parallel the knee with the mat. Left arm reaches long. Find your center, find your line, stretch it long, and then begin to bend that right knee. Taking left hand, reaching back, grasping onto that ankle. You can always use a strap if that suits you best. Pressing into the knee, pressing into the palm, we'll begin to center our spine, and then begin to pull it straight up. bending into a deeper back bend. Let's lift the knee a little higher, keeping the right hip centered with the left. Kicking the right foot back, pulling that left arm with it. Opening up that right shoulder. Find that tension in that back body. Work into it. Allow yourself to bend back deeper. We're going to release the hold. Don't let the foot spring back, but control it back into sunbird pose. Reaching long with the hand. Press through that right foot. Left hand comes down, right knee comes down. Dropping back into a child's pose just for a moment. Just feel that tension in the spine. Just release as we sink into the child's. Awesome. Let's come back into tabletop. From here, we're going to come into plank pose. Feet go back, knees come up. Let's find strength in the plank. And then we're going to lower down to a hover right above the mat. We'll find some strength in the upper body here just for a moment. Press into the palms. We're coming up, plank pose. Let's do that 2 more times. Nice and slow and controlled. Lower down just to a hover right above the mat. Then pressing up, coming into plank pose. One last time. You can always drop the knees if you need to. Coming down into a hover. And then coming back up, plank pose. Awesome. Let's drop the knees, the chest, and the chin. Let's roll forward into cobra pose. Tops of the feet press upon the mat. Palms are on our sides, at our sides. And then let's bring our palms forward, coming into Sphinx. Elbows are down upon the mat. We're opening and broadening our chest. We're flexing the glutes. Tops of the feet are pressed upon the mat. We're activating the thighs here, lifting the knees up and off the mat. Once you find the strength in the legs, we're protecting the lower spine now. We could press up into a seal pose, lifting those elbows higher. If this begins to ache your back at all, feel any pinching pain, come back down to Sphinx pose, maybe enter back into Cobra. If you're with me in Seal, we can even walk those hands back, really activate those legs, and then press deeper into that deep back bend. You can begin to look up. We're not flinging the head back, but we're reaching the crown tall. And remember to breathe steady. Breathe deeply. Working into the tension of that back bend. All right, lowering down. Let's all meet back in a cobra. Let's reach our right arm out to our side. We're going to come into a twist just to release a little bit of that tension that we found in that back bend. Left leg comes up and over, pressing that right shoulder down, straight into the crown of the head, straight into the spine. Just allow any excess tension that was in the spine just to now be released through this deep twist. So come back to center, switching sides. Left hand goes out to our left, right palm presses down. We twist over with the right foot. Right hand presses us into a deeper twist. Long line out of that left leg and through the crown of the head. You can really plant that left palm down upon the ground. And even here we find ourselves in a heart opener. This is opening our chest. Let's come back to center. We're finding ourselves in the Sphinx pose. We're going to come now into downward facing dog. You could come into a upward facing dog with me, or just come back onto your knees and enter into downward facing dog that way. We're going to all meet in downward facing dog. And this is the first downward facing dog, so do what you wish, move around as you like, working into the lower body, the lower half. Awesome. So now we're like past halfway of the practice. We did a lot of heart opening, a lot of intensity in the upper body. Now let's mentally prepare for a little bit more lower body activation, just so we're loosening up the legs, but still focusing on that heart center. Maybe your legs are a little tight today. Maybe allow yourself to really just take some time to walk them out. I myself do a lot of cycling, so when I find myself on the mat after a cycle, I notice my thighs are really tense and they tend to cramp up a little bit more. So during those times, it's worth checking in and making sure, hey, like, let's be easier in this part of our body. All right, we're going to step the left foot between the hands. Drop the right knee down. Coming into low lunge, we're going to reach the hands up. We're going to untuck those right toes. Press into the top of the right foot, reaching up, really opening the upper body, coming into a back bend. Palms of the hands come together. We're going to bring the right elbow outside of that left knee. Find ourselves in a twist. Press now into those right toes. We're tucking them under, lifting the right knee. We're coming into a crescent twist. You can even open those hands up, deepening that sensation. Right heel is up towards the sky and really long and strong. We're going to rotate out of that, coming into crescent lunge. Find yourself here, deepen the hips. Left knee is over that left ankle. You can visualize and see that left toe right outside that left knee. We're going to do a little Tai Chi variation. Hands are going to come down to prayer to heart center. Find the strong legs, find the balance. And then let's inhale, reach the arms out. Broaden the shoulders, open the chest wide. Exhale, palms come down, heart center prayer. Inhale, broaden the shoulders, open the chest wide to the sky. Exhale, palms come to heart center. Inhale, open up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, open up. Exhale, heart center. We're going to keep flowing this. Remember the spread of that right hip. The length through that right leg. Heart center with the hands. Inhale, open wide. Left knee still tracks over that left foot. Begin to deepen that back bend with those inhales. Exhale, coming back to a straight spine. Inhale, deep back bend. Spread those arms open. Exhale, straighten out the spine. Hands come together. Last time, open those hands, back bend. Exhale, palms come together. Straighten out that left leg. Drop the right heel down, coming into a pyramid pose. So you could heel toe that right foot a little closer in. Then we fold forward from that left hip crease over that left leg. Nice and gentle here. Just recognizing that we haven't really stretched out our legs too much today besides that downward facing dog. So you might be feeling a little bit extra tight. And that's okay. We're focusing on our heart openers today, not necessarily our legs. So it's okay that we'll finish this practice with them being a little tighter. However, let's work into them and just touch that part of our body. Alright, let's bend the left knee. Right heel comes up to the sky. Plant our hands. Left foot goes back. We find ourselves in a plank pose. We're going to do a chaturanga, lower down. Come into cobra, upward facing dog. We're coming back to downward facing dog and all meeting there. Awesome. We're coming close to the end of the practice. We just got to do the other side. So stay focused, intentional, and present. Mentally preparing that presence, not worrying, wanting, but remaining content in the place we are. Awesome. One more deep breath. Right knee comes up. Right foot plants between the hands. Lower the left knee down. We're coming up into that low lunge on the other side. Reach high and tall. Begin to open that left hip up. Palms come down to heart center. Inhale here. Exhale, left elbow hooks the outside of that right knee. Coming into a twisted low lunge. Curl those left toes underneath. Lift the left knee up and off the mat. Stretch through the spine. Reach through that left leg. Find the length and find the space. Consistent with the breath. You can open those hands nice and wide. Join me in deepening this twist. Steady and strong, nice and long. Alright, we're coming up, crescent pose. Reach those hands tall, find the balance. Right knee is over that right foot. The left foot is tracing down, opening up that left hip. Sit the hips deeper. Palms are coming down to heart center now. A little bit of Chai Chi from here. Exhale all the air out. Inhale, coming into a back bend as we reach our arms wide. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, broaden that heart. Open it to the sky. Exhale, back to heart center. Inhale, open up. Exhale, heart center. We're just going to keep flowing this. One thing to think about, something I was noticing today, is a lot of the times that we find restriction in the body, anxieties within the mind, is when we notice that our internal self is being restricted. We forget to be honest and truthful to what we're experiencing inside. And by restricting that honesty, restricting that truth, tension begins to build within the body. So when you find yourself there, begin to focus on the breath, recognize the breath, and then begin to intentionally allow yourself to open up gracefully, honestly, and humbly. Just find how refreshing that is. How peaceful that is to open wide. Alright, let's all bring our hands back to heart center. Straighten out through that right leg. Dropping the left heel down. Bring that a little bit closer. And then we're folding forward over that right leg. Awesome. Just finishing off that last stretch to that right leg. Before we come into a meditative state at the end, really press into that left side of that right foot. Deepening that stretch on that right leg, so we can even out the legs for this practice. Awesome. Let's bend the right knee, plant the hands, frame that right foot. Right foot goes back. Hold plank for one more breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, we're coming into Sphinx pose. Drop the elbows down, press into the tops of the feet. This might be a little strange, but we're going to actually find our final meditative state in Sphinx pose. If you feel like you need to work out the spine, maybe do a forward fold at the end of the practice, feel free to do so, or maybe even come around and lay on your back. If you're with me, I'm going to press into the palms, press into the forearms, broaden the chest. Lower body is slightly flexed, but yet let's remain relaxed, not so deep in that bend, in that chest, in that opener. This is a relaxed Sphinx pose because we're ending the practice here. While we're here, let's focus on the breath and come to that awareness of what it feels like to remain strong, silent, and steady. And then focus your energy upon the inner chest. And as you do that, I want you to allow your upper body just to expand a little bit more. Maybe pressing a little bit more into the palms. A gentle Sphinx pose. There should be no pain in the back. Focus that energy within the heart center. Amazing. You release that. Come back into a child's pose. Or you could go into whatever position you'd like. I want to thank you for joining me today in this practice. And I pray that your heart will be open. You'll be willing to express what you've been needing to say for so long. That you'll say what needs to be said to the right people. And you'll say it in a way that is not bitter, not prideful, but honest and humble. Namaste.